Great! For baseball season, I need to know the distance from first to second base so that I can find out how long it'll take me to run that distance. I need someone to help me!
Hi there, I am Proof Man. I heard you needed help solving a math problem, and I'm sure that you could use some proof knowledge. So what can I do for you?
Well, I need to know the distance from first to second base before baseball season begins. But I'm confused. I know some information about different parts of the baseball diamond, but I don't know how to put all of that information together and use it to help figure out the distance.
Ah, just as I feared. You don't quite know how to make a two-column proof. But not to worry, two-column proofs are actually quite simple once you understand the basics. Okay, let's get started. First, you set out your two-column proof. On the left side are your statements, and on the right side are your reasons. Next, we begin with the given information, the information that we know. In this problem, our given information is that SH is congruent to TF, and that P is the midpoint of SH. P is also the midpoint of TF. From this information, we can gather that SH is equal to TF by the definition of congruent segments. We also know that SP is equal to PH and that TP is equal to PF through the definition of midpoints. Next, SH is equal to SP plus PH, and TF is equal to TP plus PF. And we know this through the segment addition postulate. Next, we also know that SP plus PH is equal to TP plus PF through substitution. Also through substitution, we know that SP plus SP is equal to TP plus TP. Then we can simplify to make 2SP plus 2TP. Next, we can gather that SP is equal to TP through the division property. And finally, what we're trying to prove is that SP is congruent to TP through the definition of congruent segments.
Okay, this makes sense. So you have to explain every step you do?
Yes, you do. Everything that is done in a proof must be explained. You cannot leave anything to be assumed.
Wow, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Is that it?
We finished the equation part of it. Now we must figure out the data to plug it into the equation. So, let's measure the distance from home base to second base.
The distance from home base to second base is 127.3 feet.
Yes, perfect. And we also know that because of the definition of midpoints. The length from second base to the pitcher's mound is half the distance from second base to home plate. We can now substitute in the value 127.3, and the length of SP and FB are equal to 63.54. We can now use the Pythagorean theorem because the triangle's HPF is a right triangle.
Oh, I get it. So our answer is that the distance from first to second base is 90 feet?
Perfect. Well, it looks like my job here is done.
Thank you, Proof Man.
Wow, I really need to study for my history test, but I also want to hang out with my friends.
That's so funny, guys.
Yeah.
It's like, choose some time when like...
Such a tough decision. I wonder if there's some way I could make a good decision that would also be the logical and right thing to do.
Right.
Do these stories ever end?
I am Reasoning Man! I can help you out.
Fine, what do you have to tell me? But make it quick. I have Rook next. What's the solution to my problem?
Oh, wow, okay. Well, I'll make it pretty quick. this is not too complicated of an idea. You see, inductive reasoning is a reasoning that uses a number of specific examples to arrive at a conclusion.
So, an example of inductive reasoning is if, say, for the past 2 weeks, the lunch line is taking me 45 minutes every day. Then inductive reasoning will help me reach the conclusion that it'll take me 45 minutes tomorrow.
Well done, you caught on quickly. The conclusion that you just made using inductive reasoning is called a conjecture.
Oh, okay. I get that part of it now, but is inductive reasoning the only kind of reasoning that we can use? What if I need to use reasoning for something else where I have, say, facts and properties?
Good question. There is another type of reasoning called deductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning uses facts, definitions, or properties to teach logical conclusions from given statements. A perfect example of this is that a prep student needs an average of a C to participate in sports. Well, Anna, I know you're participating in sports. I guess you have more, or at least a C.
Oh, okay. That makes complete sense. So if I were to say that Obama is the president, it would be because of deductive reasoning, because it's a known fact that Obama is our president.
You got this right away. So now apply it to your problem and decide if you want to study for your quiz or socialize with your friends.
Okay, well, I'll use inductive reasoning for this one. The last 10 times that I socialized with my friends instead of studying, I got 60s. So through inductive reasoning, I can make a conjecture that if I don't study for this test, then I will get a bad grade. Is that right?
In terms of that, have fun studying, sucker.
If intersecting lines form two non-adjacent angles, the angles are vertical, yeah they're vertical, and they are congruent. If you've got a midpoint of a line, then both segments are the same size. So if M is the midpoint of segment AB, then AM is congruent to MB.